Okay, so you got your pump out. What you want to do is you want to get this float to put on the new assembly. So you want to be very careful, especially with the float. Don't bend it, just be super careful with it. And it's real easy to take off. So you have a tab that's right here. You're going to just take a flathead, you're going to kind of angle it. You're going to push it out and down at the same time, and it'll come loose. It just comes right out. And then when you put it on your new pump assembly, it's just going to go straight up and it'll clip. You just plug it in and that's it. Just be super careful with this float, or you're just going to get incorrect readings, or you may damage it right here and it won't read at all. Alright, so the wiring assembly. This is your number 1 factory FPDM, this is number 2. And we have them labeled here with a wiring harness that is going to be the violet and red one. And if you look right here, it's pin A, violet and red. The other one's a gray wire, and that's your number 2. So you're going to hook up your harness, and this is number 3. So we provide this bracket, it'll all be right there. This is your relay. When you go to put the extension wires, just get you like a screwdriver, just be careful, there's a wiring harness there, and cut it open. You can slide the 3 extension harnesses down through there, and you can silicone after you put them in there to make sure no water or anything gets up in there. The tank is right up in there, so it's really not going to see much anything. So make sure you put your 2 grounds. The ground for the relay goes right here on your cable, and the other one goes right here on the bracket. Very crucial you have those grounds on there, and that you got a good connection. Now the number 2 FPCM wiring, it usually comes down through here. What I do is, because you have the extension, bring it around here, give you a little bit more room, so when you bring your carpet down, it's not all puffed up. Now your positive feed wire for your relay is going to run through the channel right here, and it's going to come out right here so it doesn't get pinched by the seats, and run right down into the battery, and it's going to hook up on the battery positive post. Just be careful, make sure that you have good secure connection, that they're nice and tight and that they're not wobbly, or you're going to have all kinds of electrical problems. Before you even pull out your old pump, you should clean this area to get the dirt out, make sure no dirt gets in the tank. When you're putting the new hat in there, you got to make sure your old one came out in this direction. It's got a tab right here. That tab is the same here, so you're going to line it up. Your float's going to be on the back side of the tank, and it's going to go this way. So make sure that you put this hat in the exact same way as this one went in. When you get it in there, just make sure your float, there's plenty of clearance, there's no obstacles or anything, that it's free of movement from any of the wiring or anything like that. And before you bring the hat down, make sure you have all your O-rings still sitting on there, because if you don't, it's just going to bleed off in the tank and you're not going to get any fuel pressure. So you're just going to hook your factory line back up right here after you get your piece back on top of here. And then that's it. It's pretty much ready to go in. Just another thing, little tip, make sure that you put some like oil or something in this O-ring. This thing is a pain to get off and it's a pain to get back on. So just make sure you put a little WD-40 or oil or something on there, and it'll just make it easier to get it back on. And then make sure when you're wiring this up, you can see they're labeled pump 1, pump 2, and pump 3, which the extension wires are labeled pump 1, pump 2, and pump 3. So it all should mate up together. If not, it's not going to work properly. Yeah, so when you're putting the tank back in, you need to be aware this is your fuel line that's coming off the tank. You need to make sure that it is away from this right here so it doesn't crush the line. As long as it's away from there when you're putting it back in, you should be fine.
Okay, so we're going to supply spacers and a new bolt and washer. So you need to space the tank down to give it clearance so you don't smash the fuel line. There's one that goes right here, one that goes right here, and then in the back of the tank, Randy's screwing in, there'll be one back here. So make sure you put those spacers in and make sure you get that fuel line tucked over on the other side of that ridge, like Andy showed earlier in the video.